This is version 14.1.3 of Full Self Driving. The reason I'm making this video is because I want to show the rough edges of this version. A lot of videos will show you time lapses, and I do them myself because it's cool to document, and I can go back versions until like version 11 of Full Self Driving and see how it has evolved. But this version in particular is pretty rough. It does it's not a phantom brake, but it stops in a way that is not very smooth. It wasn't the case in 13.2.9, but I will show as we approach this intersection and start to go into the shopping center how jittery it can get because it can't make a decision. We used to see these problems in like version 12 and definitely version 11. I'm sure they'll be fixed. They always have been fixed. But as we approach the entrance to the shopping center, which the choice it makes is correct. I never actually go through here because it's so tight. But as you can see, it wants to go and then it realizes it shouldn't because it's very tight. But just the way it handles it is rough. Really, I took a handful of videos that day. I went to lunch, took my manager to the Ford dealer to pick up our company vehicle. It's perfect. And here it's going to go and find a parking spot, and I'll grab lunch, and it works flawlessly for the most part, except that one case where it was just very jittery. Because this version is rough, I think they should have waited for 14.2, but Elon spoke his mouth in the shareholder meeting, and they just pushed out this version, which is fine, but it's not perfect. Okay, so here's another example. I said the version is really good, and it is better than 13 in a lot of ways and how it feels. It's much smoother. It's much more confident about how it does things, but it's rough. Like, they really shouldn't have published this, but it's fine. Like, we'll get an update in a couple days probably, and it'll be fine. These are all things that can be fixed. In this instance, I set the destination to Trader Joe's, which is just, you have to get on the main street, and what it does instead is it goes inside of this parking lot, and it just parks here, which is not what I asked for. And even the map shows where it has to go, and it doesn't do that. It just parks there, which I'm like, what the fuck? So I wait for it to finish. I tap start full self driving again, and then it does what it's supposed to do, which is reverse, go forward, get on the street, and go to Trader Joe's. And it eventually gets there. But it had trouble leaving this parking lot. So again, I wanted to make this video because there's a lot of videos we all know from who on Twitter or X, whatever, who portrays this version as the most perfect thing in the world. And it's not. It's very rough. But when we get 14.2, it'll be fine. But as you can see here, it's pretty smooth. It's going where it needs to go to Trader Joe's. And it works. It's full self-driving has never been more perfect. I think 13.2.9 was amazing. It works. Like, I think we're there with full self-driving. So we're gonna stop at this. And normally what I do here is I turn right. But full self-driving keeps going forward, and it goes through another entrance, which is actually more ideal because it is easier to find parking this way. Yeah, it works. And here the car is looking for parking. Again, this was actually the right decision because finding parking through the other intersection is much harder. It's much tighter in there, and there's traffic in and out. It's not ideal. This decision was correct. And now it just pulls into a parking spot. Normally it pulls in. I don't typically do that myself because I'm not very good at it. At least when I'm driving, I typically back in, which it also does, but most of the time it just pulls in. So that is version 14.1.3. I don't think it was the right choice to push it out as wide as they did. And now I understand why they don't push out these versions to a wider audience. They're just not ready. And again, we'll get 14.2 probably this weekend or the next. It doesn't matter. And I'm sure it will be much better. Because even Elon said that 14.2 is really what people should get. But they pushed this out anyways. 13.2.9 is better than this. It's just more perfect. This version is better in the sense that it's smoother and it's more confident and can park in parking spaces. but it's not. As you can see here, as we start to leave, it stops, which is, what the fuck? Like, it's not supposed to do that. It's supposed to keep going. Yeah, this version is rough, and I wanted to make a video like this to document this because not every version is a winner. We had 13.2.9 for like almost a year, and that version was amazing. And even on version 12, 12.6.9, or the version that everyone's running on hardware 3, was really good. This feels like a setback, but it's only temporary because I'm sure we're going to get an updated version, and then everything will be fine. But I think we're in a pretty good spot with full self-driving, and it's good to document versions like this that are not flawless. So yeah, I'll post more time-lapse videos because they're fun to do. But yeah, that's 14.1.3.